He thought humiliating her would be easy. The arrogant champion believed the fight would end in laughter, not pain. But what he didn't know was that the girl he mocked carried the spirit of a legend in her fists. And when the bell rang, the entire world would watch pride crumble and courage rise. The gym smelled of sweat, leather, and ego. Heavy bags swung in rhythm. The sound of gloves cracking echoed against the walls. And in the center of it all stood Victoria Grant, undefeated boxer, media darling, and self-proclaimed queen of the ring. Victoria loved attention. Every sparring session was her stage, and every fighter in the gym was an audience to her arrogance. That day, however, something new caught her eye. In the far corner, sweeping floors and picking up discarded towels, was a girl who didn't belong in her world. Her name was Bella Campbell. She wore faded sneakers, a plain t-shirt, and the quiet look of someone invisible to those around her. Victoria smirked. "Hey, you. Yeah, you with the mop. Think you could last 10 seconds in the ring with me?" The gym erupted in laughter. Phones were already recording. Victoria wasn't just mocking, she was setting a trap. The crowd loved watching her embarrass people. But this time, she had chosen the wrong target. The narrator pulls us back. Bella was no stranger to humiliation. She grew up in Kingston, Jamaica, where life was a constant fight. Her family had little nights without dinner were normal, and school was a privilege she rarely had. What she did have, however, was grit. From an early age, Bella fought boys twice her size in neighborhood scuffles, not for sport, but for survival. She had learned that hunger sharpens instincts and silence builds strength. Where others saw a quiet maid, what lived inside Bella was a storm. Victoria wasn't satisfied with just words. She tossed her gloves across the mat toward Bella. "Come on, little girl," she taunted. "Prove you're not just good for scrubbing floors." The crowd's laughter grew crueler. Some shouted insults, others filmed, eager to upload her embarrassment to social media. Bella hesitated, but not from fear. She wasn't afraid of Victoria. She was afraid of revealing what she carried within, a secret she had kept hidden until now. Bella finally stepped into the ring, calm and quiet like a shadow. As she tightened the borrowed gloves, a ripple went through the crowd. At the doorway, an older man had entered the gym. His presence demanded respect without words. His name was Winston "Lightning" Campbell, a retired Jamaican champion known across the boxing world decades earlier. Whispers filled the room. Is that Winston Campbell? Few realized the truth. Winston wasn't just watching. He was Bella's uncle, her mentor, the man who had molded her into something extraordinary. Narration slows, pulling the audience into memory. Years ago, Bella had followed Winston to a rundown boxing gym in Kingston. While other kids laughed at her ragged clothes, Winston saw fire in her eyes. "Boxing isn't about fists," he told her. "It's about patience, control, and knowing when to strike." For years, he trained her in silence. No tournaments, no cameras, no spotlight. Just endless hours of sweat, bruises, and discipline. The Bella standing in the ring was no amateur. She was lightning waiting for a storm. The bell rang. Victoria charged forward like a predator expecting an easy meal. She threw a flurry of punches, confident the fight would end quickly. But Bella didn't move like a maid. She moved like water. Every jab that came her way missed. Every hook slid past her shoulders. Her eyes were calm, steady, and unreadable. The crowd's laughter quieted into murmurs. Phones captured every second, but the humiliation wasn't happening the way they expected. Frustrated, Victoria sneered. "What's the matter? Too scared to hit back?" But Bella wasn't scared. She was calculating. The narration sharpens. Years of hunger had taught her patience. Years of survival had taught her timing. Then it happened. Victoria lunged with an overconfident right hook. Bella slipped left and with a sudden burst unleashed a counter left hook that cracked across Victoria's jaw. The sound silenced the entire gym. Victoria staggered backward, eyes wide in disbelief. For the first time, the arrogant champion looked afraid. The fight shifted. The audience could feel it. Bella unleashed what Winston had drilled into her for years: speed, precision, and control. Each punch landed clean, sharp, and devastating. Victoria swung wildly, pride blinding her technique. But Bella was no longer just defending, she was striking back. Then came the moment. A lightning-fast combination: left jab, right cross, body shot, and finally, an uppercut so clean the entire gym gasped. Victoria collapsed. Phones dropped in shock. Silence hung in the air, broken only by the sound of the referee shouting the count. For the first time in her career, Victoria Grant lay defeated on the canvas. The video went viral before Victoria even woke up. Millions watched the clip across social media, the story of a humble maid defeating an arrogant champion spreading like wildfire. Sponsors distanced themselves from Victoria, her reputation shattered. But for Bella, it was the opposite. She became a symbol of resilience, a voice for the unheard, and a champion of the overlooked. And through it all, Winston stood silently at the edge of the ring. He didn't need credit. He only needed to see his niece claim the destiny she was born for. The narrator's voice slows, heavy with meaning. Pride falls when arrogance blinds you. True strength doesn't shout, it waits for the right moment. Bella's victory wasn't just in the ring. It was for every person underestimated, every voice silenced, every struggle ignored. She entered as a nobody. She left as a symbol of change. If Bella's story moved you, don't just watch. Be part of the conversation. Hit like, share this story with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more powerful true life stories that reveal the strength hidden in unexpected places.